Pokemon and the Power Rangers. They don't really have much in common, aside from the fact that they both start with the letter P, I guess. But what if I tried to use quote-unquote Power Rangers to beat a Pokemon game? Would their powers be enough to withstand the wrath of Pokemon? Well, today, we're going to answer that question in Pokemon Black. If you're still a little confused on how this is going to work, just stick around because it will eventually make more sense. Shout out to GW for suggesting this video idea, and without further ado, it's time to find out if the Power Rangers can help me become the next champion of the Unova region. We met up with our friends Lieutenant Stone, who is a crime fighter in the Power Rangers series, and Dulcea, a girl who helped the Power Rangers in the first movie. Or is it Dulcea? I don't know, man. I've hardly ever watched the Power Rangers, so expect me to pronounce a bunch of things wrong. Anyways, it was time to select the first Power Ranger for my team, and of course, I went with the red one. He is seen as the leader of the team, so there was no better option than Charmander. Not only is it an iconic Pokemon, but Charizard is seen as one of the leaders of Ash's team in the original Indigo series. However, my Power Ranger is still very weak because I lost to Dulcea in our first battle. But I did bounce back against Lieutenant Stone. Over in Accumula Town, we met Zardes, who works for Lord Zed, the leader of the evil space aliens. After quickly making work of his Purloin, it was time for another battle with Dulcea. My red Power Ranger was too hot to handle though, so her Lillipup and Snivy went down without a fight. It was then time for Lieutenant Stone, who had a type advantage against me, but thanks to some potions, we won in the end. Now we were ready to take on the first boss, Hydro Hog. You may think since the Emperor of Dark Waters uses a water type, that I would be screwed. Luckily, my red Power Ranger evolved before this fight, allowing him to sweep Hydro Hog's team with Dragon Rage. Afterwards, we witnessed some evil space aliens attacking an innocent Munna. Then out of nowhere, 3 Lord Zeds appeared. Turns out it was only an illusion though. While in the Dream Yard, I went ahead and added the pink Power Ranger to our squad. It's usually known for being the voice of reason for the team, and Audino seems to like a Pokemon that is very understanding. Lieutenant Stone was looking for another battle on Route 3, but the pink Power Ranger handled most of the work, while the red one came in to finish off Purloin. Some more evil space aliens were up to no good in the Wellspring Cave, so after clearing them out, Zardes ambushed us in front of the Nacrene Museum. His Pidove and Timepole didn't really stand a chance against the Pink Ranger, while Timber also couldn't do much to the Red Ranger. This meant that we were ready to fight Rita Repulsa. I started with the Red Power Ranger, who made quick work of Herdier. Then, thanks to some good luck with Attract, the Pink Power Ranger slowly whittled down Watchog to the point where we won the battle. Back in the museum, some evil space aliens stole the skull of a dragon, not even realizing that it was the wrong one. While tracking them down, I caught a Cottonee in the Pinwheel Forest, who will be the Green Power Ranger. The Green Power Ranger typically acts as a comic relief character, and Cottonee and Whimsicott always seem to be happy, so it works out nicely. In Castelia City, more evil space aliens, or ESAs, which is what I will refer to them as from now on, were causing trouble alongside Lord Zed. He just blabbered on about a bunch of nonsense though, so my Power Rangers and I moved on to Admiral Malcor, who loves insects. Too bad my red Power Ranger had no issues knocking out Whirlipede and Leavanny, while our new member took care of Dwebble. Before heading out of Castelia, I decided to change my Pokemon's names from the color of the Power Ranger to the actual name of the character of each Power Ranger from the original show, just out of convenience. Not really sure why I didn't do this in the first place. Anyways, Dulcea and Lieutenant Stone crossed our path once again on Route 4, but neither of them posed to be a threat. However, Zardes is a threat to us, as he is still working for Lord Zed, so I had to take down his team of misfits. With Zardes out of the way, it was time to take on the next boss, Electropede. Her Emolgas were very annoying, as they kept on going back and forth with a Volt Switch, but thanks to Kimberly's great HP, she outlasted the first Emolga, as well as Zebstrika. And then it was Jason who came in to finish the job with Dragon Rage. With 4 gym badges, I felt like it was the right time to add our 4th member to the team, Billy, the Blue Power Ranger. The Blue Power Ranger is typically seen as the smart one on the team, so no Pokemon worked better than Golduck, who has a strong brain. Also, yes, for the last 3 team members, I will be adding them into the game myself, just because the regular wild Pokemon from here on out didn't fit the descriptions of each Power Ranger as well. Outside of Nimbasa City, Lieutenant Stone was added again for our 5th match with him, and we are now 5-0 against him. Some ESAs were causing trouble inside the cold storage, so after clearing them out, it was time for Galvanax, the 5th major boss on our journey. Billy had no issues with Krokorok, but Excadrill did manage to take us out, thanks to a flinch from a Rock Slide. Jason finished the job, while Tommy OHKO'd Palpitoad. The next 2 big battles featured Dulcea, whose Musharna gave us a little bit of trouble, and Zardes in the Chargestone Cave. But because he doesn't stick with the same team members, his team just wasn't that strong, so we won yet again. After reaching Mistralton City, it seemed like a good time to add the 5th Power Ranger to our squad. So meet Zack, the Weavile, who represents the Black Power Ranger. The Black Power Ranger is known for his hand-to-hand combat, so a Pokemon with great physical attack works perfectly. I then challenged Queen Banshira, who's known for being able to fly around in her spirit form. Luckily, our new Power Ranger helped us out in this battle, even though I did have to use some healing items against Swanna. Lieutenant Stone caught up with us at the entrance to Twist Mountain, and this time around, he did manage to knock out Billy and Kimberly, but other than that, we had no trouble taking him down. In Icarus City, we had to take on Flurious, an ice-themed warrior, in order to receive the 7th badge. Jason blazed through his team though, and I don't really know why the Power Rangers didn't think of this. I mean, it's fire versus ice. Pretty easy, you know? After climbing the Dragon Spiral Tower, it became apparent that the ESAs are actually carrying out their plan. First off, Zardes managed to summon the legendary Pokemon Zekrom, and then Lord Zed was doing more evil things inside of the Relic Castle. If we don't be careful, they are actually going to take over the Earth. Dulcea, of course, decided to challenge us during this time of crisis, and while her Stoutland dealt some good damage to us, the rest of her team hardly laid a hand on my Power Rangers, so it was another easy victory. Once I reached Opelucid City, I figured it was a great time to finish off the squad and add our 6th and final Power Ranger. So meet the Yellow Power Ranger, Victini, who is fittingly named Trini. The Yellow Power Ranger is known for being supportive, yet also serious when it comes to battle. Now I know it might seem OP to give myself a mythical Pokemon, but come on, no other Pokemon fit that description better than Victini. Anyways, with a full team of Power Rangers in my arsenal, I decided to battle Lord Drakon, who controls the Black Dragon Zord. This fight was a weird one, as Druddigon gave us the most issues, thanks to him KOing Zack and Kimberly. Other than that though, Fraxure and Haxorus weren't too difficult to take down. While heading towards Victory Road, Lieutenant Stone stopped us for one final test, but it turned out to be the same result as it always has been. Before taking on the last gauntlet of villains, let's take a look back at the Power Rangers who got us into this situation. We've got Zack, the Black Ranger, Kimberly, the Pink Ranger, Tommy, the Green Ranger, Jason, the Red Ranger, Billy the Blue Ranger, and Trini the Yellow Ranger. With this fearsome squad, it's finally time to put our powers to the test and see if we can save planet Earth once and for all, while also not using healing items in battle, just for the extra challenge. First up was Astronema. Her Cofagrigus gave us some issues, as she did take out Zack, who I was planning on using for a majority of this battle. However, Kimberly worked out just as well, while Tommy dealt with Golurk and Jellicent. Her Chandelure was already beaten up from earlier in the fight, so Trini had no problems finishing her off. Next up was Lothor, a master of dark types. Jason hung on to kill Scrafty, Tommy took care of Krookodile, Bisharp didn't stand a chance against Trini, and Billy knocked out Liepard. A perfect display of teamwork. The third foe in this gauntlet of villains was Trakeena. Reuniclus was no match for Trini, while Zack night slashed his way through the entire rest of her team. Yeah, looks like Trakeena isn't the strongest villain out there. Lastly, we faced a Goldar, known for his brutality with his fighting type Pokemon. However, Throh and Sock didn't put up much of a fight, but Conkeldurr did OHKO Jason with a Stone Edge. Luckily, Tommy whipped up some hurricanes to knock out Conkeldurr and Mienshao. Finally, we came face to face with Xardus, the man that we first met back in Accumula Town, and who is still struggling with his aspirations. He immediately sent out his strongest Mon, Zekrom, who completely ran through Zack and Kimberly. However, Trini was there to avenge them. Caracosta stood no chance against Tommy, Jason melted Vanillux, Billy washed away Archeops, and Trini took care of Klinklang. Last out was Zoroark, but Jason was not going to let this battle get away from him. So he saved the day, right? But no, Lord Zed, the leader of all the evil space aliens, made an appearance and out of pure anger sought to destroy every last Power Ranger. He started with Cofagrigus, who went down quickly to Zack, but not before getting off a Toxic. Hydreigon was out next, so I immediately went to Tommy in order to get off a Stun Spore. Zack got some chip damage off, but he also died, so Jason came in to get revenge. Bisharp was on the field for a solid 10 seconds, so Seismitoad got sent in. Thanks to Lord Zed being dumb and going for Rain Dance on the second turn, 2 Grass Knots from Kimberly did the trick. Kimberly also paralyzed Bouffalant with a secret power before going down. Billy took one for the team, as he got taken out by a head charge, but the following recoil damage was too much for Bouffalant. So now it was just up to Trini and Jason to take out Electros. Trini did most of the work, but it ended up being our very first Power Ranger, Jason, who took out Electros and saved the planet. Well, that was a fun playthrough. Similarly to the SpongeBob video I uploaded a few months ago, I enjoyed giving personalities to all of the characters and Pokemon. It was also very nice to see that we got through the entire Elite Four and Champion without using a single healing item in battle. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. For now though, have a great rest of your day, and until next time, deuces!